iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes, the best or nothing.
Michael Dorsey is an actor who is desperate to work, and no one wants to hire him because he has some behavior problems. He blows things up. He's often right, but the way that he goes about getting what he wants makes people angry, and rightfully so. He can be a jerk. So he gets to he does something so desperate that he pretends to be someone he is not. And in the process, he becomes a better person. And that's the story.
Well, in the film, Michael, who's played by Dustin Hoffman, has a roommate played by Bill Murray. I play the Bill Murray role. So that's Jeff. And basically, Michael Dorsey makes all the bad decisions, and I stand there holding my hand up saying, "You're making terrible decisions. Why don't you not do that in the future?" And then he continues to make worse and worse ones. So I just laugh at him a lot.
I think what's so magical about this show is that we let audiences into the backstage world of actors because we have a show within a show, which is a Broadway show. And so we get to see what goes into creating a show. And you know, we don't really give the opportunity to the audience to see that a lot of the times. And so they get a little glimpse into our real lives, which I think is pretty exciting. So I'm excited for the audience to experience that.
Most people won't know because my character is the only brand new character in the show. I don't exist in the movie. I have kind of some parts from the movie that have been absorbed into my character, but I play Max Van Horn, who is a reality TV show star who has been cast in a Broadway musical in an effort to sell tickets. So the show takes place in a Broadway musical instead of a soap opera, which is a departure from the movie, and I am the star of that show. Max is not a great actor. He is not the smartest guy, but he is very interested in doing a good job and very enamored of Santino's character, Dorothy, when Dorothy takes him under his wing and improves the whole show, and he develops feelings for her. So that's who I am.
We're definitely a quirky family. There is a deep love and respect that we all have for each other, and I think we're all fans of each other. And you know, rehearsal is just really about making each other laugh. Is really what it feels like, and it's special. It is really special.
I'm more excited than I've been in years, and as you can tell from the way I look, because it's an exciting thing. I mean, this is my first musical, really, that's come to town, and I've been thinking about this for a long time, you know, since I was a kid. It's a terrific time, and the story that's being told and the way it's being told by the creative team in Santino is just, it's heartbreaking and hysterical.
First of all, just working with this creative team with David Yazbek and Scott Ellis and Dennis Jones and this amazing cast and Santino has been incredible. There's been we learned a lot in Chicago. They were really, really nice to us, and we learned from those audiences what we needed to fix, and I think there's a really nice welcoming that we've been getting from the Broadway community, and there's this excitement about this show coming. It's a great title, and we made the choice to not put the movie on stage, but to make it its own thing and to re-examine it, and I think people are excited to see what we've done with that.
Until I met Robert Horn, I've never woken up saying I want to write a musical based on Tootsie. I was asked to do it a few times, and I said no, because I didn't see how it's sung. And then I was asked a few more times, and I still didn't see. And then it started becoming clear there was a way to do it that could make it relevant for now, funny for today's audiences, funny to me, and make it sing so I could write songs for it. And Robert Horn is the key to that, breaking that code. We both spent a long time, maybe 6 months, just talking about how to do that before we even really started writing stuff. But we figured it out. Couldn't have done it without him. And he couldn't have done it without him, too.
It's a gift I can't even begin to tell you. First of all, I love being on Broadway. But this particular show is really alluring. First of all, it's a new show. It's not a revival. I've done many revivals. And I've done a lot of shows where, like, I've stepped in for someone or whatnot. But this is a me originating a role in a big Broadway musical. It's not even an intimate Broadway musical. It's a big Broadway musical. And it's such a great story, and everyone in the cast is phenomenal, and not a weak link anywhere. And working with, the creatives, David Yazbek and David Rockwell and Robert Horn. I mean, these are all people with their A game, and why wouldn't I be excited? Also, William Ivy Long designed the costumes, and he made me look so fantastic that, when you walk on stage and you feel good about what you look like, you're like, well, I guess I can say these lines too, because I feel so fantastic.
It is a new classic. That is my sense of it. I mean, it is very much a comedy. The script is hilarious. And the music, David Yazbek, both music and lyrics are just absolutely brilliant. But it's very much a musical comedy, and it's kind of a sort of a classic form, even though it takes place today and it has a very contemporary point of view. It's 2.5 hours of a great time. As I said, I could not be more enthusiastic about sharing this with New York. I think people are really going to dig it.
I think anybody who knows the movie and comes to the show will feel like we've honored the film, because we're definitely doing the things in the movie that you feel are what the movie is, and we're breathing new life into them and updating them. And it's incredibly theatrical anyway. It's about actors. So it lends itself really well. I mean, how many Shakespeare plays, women dressing as men dressing as women, everybody in disguises. It's incredibly theatrical and farcical, and so in some ways it feels more at home on stage, I imagine, than as a film. So I tell them that. I tell them, if you like the movie, you're going to like this. If you like theater. If you hate theater, I'm sorry, but maybe start seeing some more plays, because it's great.